All right, I'm back. It's Sunday afternoon, so I watched a little football, gathered my polisher and my supplies, and now we're going to go back after it. So earlier I talked about the tools I'm going to use for polishing this. This is a DeWalt. I cannot remember ever what model it is. Um, it's the DWP849X. It's a little bit heavy for like the side of the boat and stuff. It'll wear me out, but I love the trigger on it. It's just a great tool. So I use that and a stick-on wool pad. You can find wool pads online pretty much anywhere. You can buy them at Harbor Freight if you just want the cheap ones, or you can buy them, like I said, just about anywhere. I always wash my wool pads before I use them just because I'm going to use the wool pad to put on the heavy cutting compound that we talked about earlier. I'm also going to use the wool pad to put on the light polishing compound just because. And then for colonite wax, I'm just going to do it by hand, especially since it's such a small area. I think even when I did the side of the boat, I did the colonite fleet wax by hand, and then I just wiped it off. I have a pile of microfiber towels, just different style microfiber towels. I have a ton of these at home, and I just throw them in a bag and wash them when the grocery bag is full. So I'm going to go back after this and see if I can get a little polish. It's a transom of the boat, so there's not a lot of area, and it's also got a lot of nooks and crannies. So I'm going to do the best that I can, but it's not going to be perfect. So anyway, I will show you what that looks like once I'm done. Thank you. All right, here I am. I did the super coarse compounding or cutting compound. I did the polishing compound, and now I'm going to come back and I'm going to do. I did one colonite Fleetwood wax. I'm going to do another one, but you can see how it's really it really is much better. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I'll try to showcase it, but this area down in here has really, the gloss has really come back. You can see the light reflecting in it if you move from side to side. So that makes me happy. The osmotic chips do not make me happy, but I guess it is what it is, right? At the end of the day, I'm going to leave it at that. The longer I was down here, the more I realized that I probably want to do something with the trim tabs. I'm not super happy with the shape they're in, and they look gross. Um, Kind of the same with the swim platform. I'm going to figure that out. The brace that was on the swim platform, I'm also going to figure out something there. It was bottom painted, and prior to that, it looked like it had some kind of regular paint on it. So I'm going to bring that home. I took it off, as you can see. I'm going to bring it home and see if I can figure out a better way to do that. Beyond that, I'm going to put the scuppers back in, and my daughter wants to go fishing the day after tomorrow, and I have to work tomorrow. So she wants to go fishing, and I told her we could. That's one appointment I'm not going to miss. So I'm going to put the boat back together so I can put it in the water, and yeah, that's what I have. So if I come across anything else, I'll add it to this. Otherwise, this is going to be the final part. If I come back, or when I come back and address these osmotic dimples, I'll do a new setup on that. Just because I still don't know what I'm going to do there. Beyond that, that's about all I know. I told a guy at West Marine, I said, a guy I know, he runs charters, and he said he has to do his bottom paint. And I said, the easiest way to do it is to just hand somebody your credit card. And that is actually pretty accurate. Although he's like me, I'm not going to do that. So anyway, we're down here. Um, Not impossible, just tedious, and I can barely lift my arms. So I'm probably not going to document the bottom of the boat when I go forward doing it, just because you've seen the process. The process is exactly the same there, except I'm going to be laying on my back and fighting it that way. But anyway, I'll just take it piece by piece, and um, eventually we'll get there. Anyway, thanks for watching this series. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. I'll try to add links to some of the tools and compounds that I used. If I forget, remind me. But if you have any questions, by all means, ask. And hit the like and subscribe button so that we can, I guess, get this out to as many people as possible. And so I know that people are watching. Anyway, thank you very much for following along.